As a nursery practitioner, we try our best to meet the needs of children by working in partnership with parents and staff. The main challenges that I am facing at work at the moment is that I have been off work for the past year as I've been on maternity leave. So going back to work wasn't easy for me as my hours are much longer and my days are much less. It can be a bit tough at times when there's less staff and staff are running behind schedule or are off sick, and then you have other new cover staff to come and help you, and they're new to the setting. You have to teach them from first or from the beginning. So as a childcare professional, I feel honoured to work with wonderful children. It gives me the thumbs up at the end of each day, and obviously I feel great. It is tough at times and we do have our ups and downs. However, teaching children or being part of the first couple of years of their life, or being that person they look forward to seeing at nursery, means a lot, such as in the mornings for breakfast when a child will ask about you and they won't sit down without you being in the room. It also shows how children feel safe around you or us, and how much they trust us, although we're not their family members. I mean, some parents will give you that thank you and have the biggest smile on their faces to see their child being happy, which makes you realise that yes, you are doing. A couple of months ago there was an officer inspection that we've had in our nursery, and the outcome was amazing. The lady had mentioned how happy and how great she was to see children, that they were feeling safe around us, such as when a stranger walks into the room, the children will go near you and have that like worried look on their face, and will only approach with the practitioners or the staff encouragement. According to the early years workforce strategy, children develop rapidly in the early years, and a child's experiences between birth and age 5 have a major impact in their future life changes. Good parenting and high quality early learning that gives children a broad range of knowledge, skills and understanding together provide the right foundation for good future progress through school and life. So this government is committed to supporting parents to have good access, quality early years provision that provides a safe, stimulating environment in which children can learn and develop. So that's the early years workforce strategy 2007. It also the workforce strategy had come out in 2017. It states things like to have a minimum of the strategy does state that all staff has to have at least a minimum of a level 2 or 3 childcare qualification, or a level 2 qualification with English and Maths grade at GCSE C or above, grade C or above. Supporting other staff in implementing aspects for children under 5 will be things such as safeguarding or food handling or fire safety or first aid. At the setting I work for, there's different rules for fire safety, such as babies, they have a large cot where they all get into and evacuate the building, whereas the toddlers come down the stairs and evacuate the building, but they must have wristbands on that are tied to a practitioner. And obviously it's different for the preschoolers. They would all just line up or either hold hands. A staff would take a group of 4 children in her group, or grab any 4 children and just walk, as long as you know how many children there are in the building, of course. And as a practitioner, we try our best to get involved in children's plays, such as babies or under 2s, to give them the best knowledge and experience in life. In that way, they stay engaged and understand what's going on, such as in the under 2s room, we'll go into the home corner, put the dolls to sleep or feed the dolls, or even using blocks to stack them up, and then give them a push so they fall down, and we say uh-oh. So by this they learn new words such as uh-oh or oh dear or what happened, or we would say things like using our hands like what happened, oh no. And role play is a very important part of child development, as it builds confidence, creativity, communication, physical development, problem solving, along with being things like having fun activity. It also allows children to get into character and out of real life roles, such as I want to be a builder, put on a builder's hat, builder's waistcoat on. Also, it can purely be child-led, and which encourages children to take risks and be creative with role play that they are playing by investigating in some 3D pop circle. Being understood helps children to develop confidence as communicators. With young children, it's much easier to make sense of what they're saying, but also giving them time to talk Also teaching them to listen in group activities such as during circle time or story times. So a source that I found in the earliest teachers page is that the scaffolding understanding. So the scaffolding understanding says understanding is integral to speaking and listening. The Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky believed that children create themselves as thinkers through language, and the role of the more experienced other is significant in helping children to move forward in their thinking. So Jerome Bruner built on Vygotsky's work, using the term scaffolding to describe how adults support children's learning at a pace and level that is right for them. Learning is essentially a social process, and we have a vital role in playing in helping young children to discover and engage with their natural, social and cultural environments through language. So give it a go. In line with the theory of scaffolding, Bruner believed that it is possible to explore any concepts with children as long as it is pitched at an appropriate level for that child's stage of development. So that would be like the process of Bruner's process of education. The early years education requires an articulate, reflexive, highly qualified workforce, since the ability to evaluate and develop policy and practice are key to any claims of professionalism. Hu and Menmer 2002, Moles at 2002. The ability to reflect on and evaluate professional knowledge, the professional role and its application is important dimension of professional. Professional working in the early children's education centres could be described as an early childhood educator, teacher or practitioner. But as members of this social institution of early childhood profession, McNaughton 2003 said that until recently, care and education have been seen as separate entities by a government policy framework in English. So Curtis and O'Hagan 2003 said that traditionally or paramedically trained workers cared for young children in daycare settings, while more academically qualified staff worked in education settings. That's what Robin and Sillock said in 2001.